Alright, everybody's rolling.
Rolling!
We all ready?
Yeah.
Alright, action.
My understanding is that the pension and health plans of both unions have a different board of directors than the actual union.
Correct.
So when the unions merge, if they merge, what will happen to the pension and health? Will it go along with it, or is it an unknown thing? What's going to happen?
Well, they're two separate entities. You have the institutions, the union, and then you have the trustees, the board for the pension, health, and health retirement plans. They're two completely separate entities. So regardless of the status of the unions, whether they merge or not, the trustees are separate. The plans are separate. So if merger happens on that effective date, nothing happens to the P&H and H&R plans. Those are controlled by separate boards, the Board of Trustees. There are 18 members of the employers and 18 union representatives. They control what happens to the plans or what doesn't happen to plans.
As a voiceover actor, I do a lot of video games and animated series now. And a video game can take 1 to 5 years to finish. And a lot of our contracts seem to be ongoing. The day the merger happens, if it happens, do those contracts just disappear, or will they continue on?
Those contracts stay as they were. You are basically sticking to the woman you brought to the dance. Those contracts stay as they were. They do not change. They do not become SAG-AFTRA contracts. They stay either as AFTRA contracts or SAG contracts and can only be changed when they expire.
But I'm not yet vested. What happens to those pension credits that I make in the next couple of years if I haven't gotten to 10 by then?
Well, the pension credits that you have, you're not vested in either union,
No,
correct?
well, yeah, my work has been split between the two unions.
All right, so let's say, theoretically, you have 4 pension credits in SAG and 4 pension credits in AFTRA. Those will stay there.
Mm-hmm.
They will not be, this is what's so interesting, this is why we find it fascinating that they won't do a feasibility impact study. There are many scenarios, but let's say those pension credits stay as is. You can't combine them and all of a sudden you have 8 pension credits. You start all over under the successor union contract.
So in other words, I've been working for years and will continue to work for years for a pension that won't exist for me if we merge.
You could say it
You
that
could
way.
say that.
Will they start over with a whole new plan?
They don't know.
From
They
day
don't
one?
know. That's the thing. They don't know.
But how can they approach this merger without having all the questions answered? It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's up to us. It's up to the membership to say, this is not good enough for me. I need more information before you're asking me to cast a vote. And that's what we're trying to do.
Amber, let me ask you something though. Didn't they say, they sent out something called a feasibility study that was done by like a bunch of lawyers, right? They just said that it was legal and possible to merge. And they're trying to say that this is the document that is their fiscal impact study. That they're saying that this is the feasibility report. But isn't it true that all that does is say it's possible, but there's not, everything that I'm reading, I see nothing in place about what's going to happen with residuals in the future, with any new incoming work from the day they merge till now, if it's going to split. There was some kind of vague language about, oh, we have a plan about what's going to happen. Where is it? Have they published it?
First of all, it was what you're referring to is the feasibility review. It wasn't even a study. And the conclusion was that there are no legal impediments for unions to merge. We knew that already. What it also stated was that there was no legal impediments for plans to merge. We know that already. What it is lacking is any data to support any hypothesis, a hypothesis that the unions have been spewing to the membership. That review had if you notice in the review, there are no figures.
I'm not saying anything.
There are no accrual rates.
There's no number crunching at all.
None.